Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds uh, went on TV, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, to talk about her plan to ease restrictions in terms of coronavirus on churches, restaurants, and businesses. Starting this weekend, I believe. It's the 28th of April today. And I believe starting sometime this week. I can't remember the exact time, but within the next couple days. So that prompted me to want to look at what's going on in Iowa right now in terms of coronavirus, and also look at the report from an Iowa college that deems her actions irresponsible. So first, let's look at the cases. So what you're looking at right now is the coronavirus case count. You can see starting all the way back in February 26th, we had 0 cases basically, and the average 7-day total uh, um, in terms of gaining cases is basically none. And within the last week or so, we've had several days of gaining at least 500 cases. And as of yesterday, we gained almost one of our highest days gained. So what this tells me is that we're still growing and we haven't hit our peak. And what's going to happen is if you don't hit that peak and you're at least on the line like this, or you're starting to come down and then you use restrictions, that peak is just going to climb higher and higher. Obviously. So there have been at least 6,336 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Iowa, according to the New York Times database. As of Tuesday evening, at least 136 people have died. So these are the confirmed cases in Iowa right here. I live in Lee County, Iowa, which is way down here, and we've had 7 cases total. Now, what's scary about that is, and I think it's actually more than that now, this hasn't been updated, like literally 2 days ago there was like 1 case. So it's just starting to go here, and what's also scary about that is obviously these people are getting it from somewhere. So somebody has it that doesn't know they're having it and they're spreading it to people. And that's a scary thing to think about. And it also I don't know, it just means that we're going to ease restrictions. It's going to spread even further for obvious reasons. If you live in Des Moines County, there's the Des Moines County, even Henry County, Van Buren, and Jefferson. That's kind of my little area down there. This is really interesting to take a look at. I'll leave a link to this map in the description below, and you can see actual number breakdowns too as well. So now let's get into the report that Iowa Iowa researchers, University of Iowa researchers warned about. They said that a second wave of infection is likely if COVID-19 prevention efforts are not lifted, are lifted. Um, so researchers at the University of Iowa warned Governor Kim Reynolds' administration it could keep COVID-19 mitigation efforts in place within the state, or a second wave infection is likely. This just talks about how they wrote a 12-page paper to her, and there's a considerable uncertainty still in how many cases and deaths Iowa could eventually have, with possible projections being 150 and 10,000 deaths, total deaths. Therefore, prevention measures should remain in place without much measures being continued. A second wave of infections is likely, according to the report. Now, this is scary for several reasons, because it means that, for one, our governor is pretty incompetent, not listening to the scientists and what people are telling her. And also it means that we've already been on lockdown Iowa's one of the most relaxed states in terms of lockdown, but we have been shut down in our terms since, I don't know how long it's been, since like March, early March probably. And what this is going to result in is all that being for nothing. We've been on lockdown for a month, at least a month, almost 2 months, and all that is going to be for nothing because our governor, instead of playing it safe, playing it like the experts are telling you to play it, listening to the CDC, listening to the scientists, she wants to listen to the Republican talking points that are going on right now that say we need the economy open now. And it's a dangerous thing. I understand that small businesses are hurting. Maybe we should do something about small businesses hurting. Instead of giving $1 trillion slush funds to cruise liners and airliners, we should help those small businesses. I understand that individuals are hurting. We can do things about that. We can do a $2,000 universal basic income until the end of the crisis. We can do a rent freeze, a mortgage freeze. there's solutions to these problems, and the solution definitely isn't opening up the economy and opening up gyms in Iowa, so people can sweat on workout equipment, and then the virus can spread even more. um, and I'm not saying that's how the virus spreads. I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to the bullshit I say. But you know what I mean. Obviously, people are breathing. People are close in gyms. People touch everything, and that's an obvious place, like a that's a cesspool of virus spreading activity going on there. Opening up churches for capacity. I don't think there was any restrictions laid out that churches had to follow. So I just wanted to give you guys that update about Iowa. I think it's scary that our government thinks that our governor is so incompetent that she wants to open everything up when everybody's telling her not to, but she's going to go ahead and do it, and I guess the people are going to feel the fallout.